General Motors has just issued another battery recall, this time for the Ultium battery packs in GM's Hummer vehicles. When are General Motors going to finally learn? When are they going to learn that Elon Musk was right about what he said back in 2021, which nobody seemed to notice at the time? And I keep going on about it. GM is not listening, clearly. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. I hope you've had an amazing week. It's an amazing world to live in. What an awesome day to be alive. I feel sorry a little bit for these GM owners. But to be honest, if you bought a GM EV and you know the history and you know what batteries they use, yeah, you know what? I think maybe you should have done your research, because this was always a possibility. It was always possible that this would happen, considering, first of all, GM use ternary batteries. Second of all, GM use what? LG Chem batteries. Yes, they are essentially LG Chem batteries. So we all knew this was possible, considering what other companies does this happen to, right? Hyundai, Kia, who else? Volkswagen, who else? Porsche, who else? GM. The list goes on, right? The list goes on. BMW as well. I don't know where to start and stop. It's ridiculous. But what is happening is being reflected in LG Chem's market share. Market share in the last 12 months for the company has gone down by almost a third. That's a pretty big drop. And companies like Ford made genius decisions, which people say I'm clickbaiting you by saying it's genius decision. It's not clickbait when it actually is true. It's true that Ford made a genius decision by deciding to use lithium iron phosphate battery packs. You know why Ford made that decision? To avoid what's happening today to General Motors. That's why they did it. Because you know what? Ford is paying more money in warranty claims than any other company on the face of the planet right now. And they want to avoid paying billions in warranty claims over the next 10 years on faulty battery packs from LG Chem. Anyway, General Motors, in my view, is not a company I would invest in because of their battery technology and their partnerships. A lot of you are like outraged at this. How can you say this? It's an Ultium battery. It's amazing. It has 66% more energy density than anyone else. No, it doesn't. That's baloney. That's malarkey that General Motors made up. They said by 2027 or some bogus year, the energy density would come to some magical number. Purely theoretical. It's not a real number. It's just made up, right? There's no reason that GM should be claiming their batteries are superior, because they're just not. Their batteries are not superior, and this is yet more proof. So GM have issued a voluntary recall. Voluntary because they would have been forced to issue it if they hadn't have issued the recall on their Hummer EVs. The recall only involves certain models' high voltage battery pack connectors. General Motors explains that the connector has the potential to corrode and eventually let water enter the battery pack itself. Oh, this is just mind-blowingly stupid. If there's a concern with the high voltage battery pack connector, a warning light may appear on the electric pickup truck's driver information display. GM Authority points out the GM didn't mention any notable hazards associated with the issue, aside from the fact that the battery pack could become damaged. Now, the crazy thing is, right, you would think that this battery corrosion problem would take years for it to occur. But the thing is, it hasn't. There's already a GM Hummer EV that won't turn on because its battery is corroded and it won't work. It won't turn on. That's how this all came about, because that EV wouldn't turn on. GM was like, oh no. What's happened? We don't know. They went and researched it. They looked at the battery, and that's what they realized had happened, right? The connectors on the battery had already corroded and let water into the battery, meaning it won't turn on. It won't work. It's faulty. Luckily, GM has, caught this relatively early. I mean, imagine if they'd sold the millions of EVs they claim they're going to sell and then they caught it. That could still happen, though. Considering GM's battery history, that's probably likely when you think about it. GM has already got a fix to the recall sorted out. So they're one step ahead of Toyota. Toyota don't have a fix yet after, 2 months for their wheels falling off their EVs. And you know what? You're one step ahead of Toyota. Congratulations. That's good to see. They've obviously come up with a fix very quickly because this vehicle, this Hummer EV that's sitting in a workshop now and won't turn on, hasn't been there for long. I think it's been less than a week. So kudos to GM's engineers for working out quickly what the problem was and issuing this recall. That's a good thing that they got it done as quickly as possible. It's also good that GM are not trying to hide it. Porsche and BMW, these guys are dodgy as hell. They're trying to hide stuff. They're hiding these kinds of things with their cars. They're making customers be quiet about it. GM is not doing that. So kudos to GM for being open about it and disclosing this information to the public. How many are affected? 424 EVs are expected to be impacted by the high voltage battery connector issue. In addition to the 2020-22 Hummer EV, GM's Brightdrop EV600 is also impacted as well. Now, owners of impacted vehicles will be notified directly by General Motors. They will have to make an appointment at a local dealer to have the fix implemented. If you own a Hummer EV or a Brightdrop EV600 and you're concerned that your vehicle is affected, contact General Motors directly. Their number, seriously, I'm going to give you their number, is 1-800-462-8782. The customer satisfaction program number is N222-362090. My personal advice is don't buy a GM EV unless they have LFP batteries, which may never happen. Because, you know what? This is just too many times. Once bitten, twice shy. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my opinion. Am I being crazy? Am I being too harsh on General Motors? I don't think I am, but maybe I am. It's very possible. Thank you for watching once again. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye-bye.